can we add, given the nature and the circumstances we find ourselves in this country? Virtually almost 99%, probably people that are here, in one way or the other, have been victims of either court or politics or INEC or thereabout. So one of the things that was not mentioned, which Chief Ebere has said, we did not just mention vote buying, but we knew that part of what brought us to where we are today, bringing our democracy virtually to its knees, in a country where you have a constitution that have established INEC and authorized INEC to conduct election, authorized INEC to count the votes, authorized INEC to declare the results. We also have another arm of government that finally determines who becomes the candidates. These are the conflicting situations that we find ourselves. And there are many of you that I know here that are victims of such processes. Now what we are saying is that so long as we continue to have nonchalant attitudes to some of these things that are ongoing, we refuse to document them, history will also not be kind to us. As people who choose the system of democracy, the presidential system of democracy, government of the people, by the people, and for the people, we must be bold, we must be courageous to save the process. We don't have any other country except Nigeria. Being a coward is not a solution in a country where virtually both the economic sector, the political sector is being grounded today. Those who exhibited courage and dexterity at a very difficult time during the military regime decided to forge together or come together, irrespective of their differences, to form a struggle that led to the establishment of political parties. Are the heroes. They did not deter, they did not feel that I will be arrested or be prosecuted, even though some of them were sent to prison. But today we are benefiting from what they have sacrificed. And I believe that we should not chicken out. We should do justice to ourselves, justice to this country, serve this generation, future generations of Nigeria, telling the institutions that are responsible for this chaotic situation that we find ourselves is nothing but doing a great service to this country. Looking at this hall, it is difficult for me to say that at the different strata of our country, virtually all of you are in one position or the other before and now. And I think this is the best gathering of the year. This is the best gathering of the year. So it is clear, like I've said, the topic was clearly chosen, court and politics. Every participant of political process, from the primary process, after the primaries, people rush to court. After the elections, people rush to court. After going the difficult process, spending a lot of money, you also have to look for extra money anywhere on earth if you want to remain on that seat. This is a great disservice to our system. And I know by virtue of the fact and the history in our archives, at one period or the other, our judiciary was one of the best in Africa. We used to send some of our judges to African countries to train their judicial system. We cannot afford to sit down and allow a sophisticated institution to be delivering judgments that are detrimental to its own citizens. So we're not here to attack anyone, but to tell ourselves the bitter truth. In one way or the other, we all abdicated our responsibility by whatever reason, by whatever circumstances, by whatever politics. But we should look at the country first if we do not fix the system, if we refuse to work together because we differed along political interests, then we wake up one morning and start running helter-skelter. We are almost at that age because injustice can create insecurity. Part of the insecurity we're having today is because there's injustice. I watched the Chief of Defense Staff. I also watched the IG at the point, clearly mentioning that they will arrest people, prosecute them, or take them to court. In less than 24 hours, they are being released. So this is a kind of close to anarchy that we are in. We cannot travel safely. So I told the author that the best we will do is to summon the courage, invite some of the best brains that Nigeria have produced that are here today. And I'm proud to say that virtually all of us that are here are the best brains that this country has produced. And there is no government that will survive if you refuse to look at the massive resource persons, talented, gifted, that are seated that can add value. Even if you tap them when they are sleeping, if they wake up, they can tell you one way or the other that can help the system. So I want to thank you for coming, for this massive sacrifice that you have done to remain indelible in our hearts, in the heart of the author. And specifically, I want to thank our elder, Professor Ango Abdullahi. His age took his time to be here. And very, very, very many others here that I have the highest regard for. I want to thank you very much. This is the essence why we gathered here today, to x-ray the situation, and perhaps after this, we should be able to have a platform that we can be discussing how to strengthen our country, Nigeria. We cannot be part of pulling down the roof, but we can be part of strengthening democratic institutions that is virtually on its knees today. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ambassador.